Fundraising friends, you're not going to believe what I just read. I've been researching the topic of IRA rollovers, and 43% of nonprofits do not promote IRA rollovers, even though there's so much potential for these gifts. 96% of them, though, agree that there's not enough donor awareness around this topic. And yet, it doesn't take much. You only have to market qualified charitable contributions, or IRA rollovers, also known as IRA rollovers, 3 times a year, and you are 3.2 times more likely to get 10 or more of these gifts. And they generally range from $1,000 to $5,000 on the average, but they can go much higher. Frankly, I've had a number of these IRA rollover gifts that maxed out at $100,000 a year. So how can we fit these into our schedule? Here are some ideas about push points throughout the year that you can be pushing IRA rollovers. First, in January, go ahead and do some social media posts about meeting your required minimum distribution if you're over 72 years old. And if you have a landing page for IRA rollover, change that video so that it's evergreen if you've had it on like a calendar year end kind of theme. Okay, next, February is a great time to be training your staff. One of the things that the study I read agreed on is that a lot of major gift officers don't feel comfortable talking about IRA rollovers. They don't understand it, so they don't want to bring it up with donors and not be able to answer their questions. So actually using something like my slide deck that I have in my Etsy store right now, you can use that to train staff as well as introduce this topic to donors. In March, I would go ahead and use that as an opportunity to talk about in email and social media that there is a deadline. So if they didn't meet their required minimum distribution in the previous tax year, so for this year it would have been for 2023, they have to finish that up and make that by tax day, April 15th. So if you start introducing that in March, late March, early April, that still gives people time to get it done and get the reminders in. And lastly, for this video, I'll do a part 2. Use May or June to invite some donors to a luncheon. Try to focus on your older donors who are 70 years old and older. They're going to qualify for the IRA rollovers. But if some younger folks come, it's no big deal. You want to get them introduced to this topic so that they are aware of their options when they reach that level. Use the slide deck that's in my Etsy store or in the rollover bundle, and you can educate them about all of their giving opportunities in one go.